Hello, WarHawks fans. Aaron Buttonhoff, play-by-play voice for the Wilmer WarHawks. Here with the coach, Kirk Golem, our West Central Sanitation weekly interview that's proudly sponsored by West Central Sanitation. We thank them for jumping on board. But coach, won the season opener, split last weekend. Tough loss in Granite City and a big win against Minnesota Loons up in Breezy Point. Let's talk about that Granite City game at first. It just looked like it was one of those games that you'd like to forget.
I don't know if I'd go that far, and there were a lot of positives that came from it. The boys played really hard. 5-1 obviously is not the score we were looking for, so maybe we want to forget that part. But
Yep.
Like I told them, build off the positives. Learn from the negatives and from the mistakes. But we had a bunch of chances. We had a lot of grade A's that we didn't even get shots on. We either missed the net or we missed the pass, or whatever happened, or their goalie made a save. So a lot of good looks, when it was 0-0 after one. Going to the second, we hit a crossbar, Max Cohen. We had a bunch of 2-on-1s that we just didn't bury on. Again, like I said, not even getting shots on a lot of those plays. So our shot count was a lot lower than what you would like to see, and a lot lower than what you would think on the grade A chances that we had. So, we hit a crossbar, they go down and score on a nice 3-on-2, or we have our, F3, our forward, pinching down, and we lose a puck battle on the wall, and a D gets beat, and our other D decides to slide, and there's just a parade of negatives that happened there that led to their first goal. But they executed a nice play too and scored. So that kind of carried over, and then they get up 2-0. We battled and we got one at the very end of the game, which was good to see, to break that goose egg so we didn't get shut out. They scored an empty net goal. We were down 3, and we had the goalie pulled, and so it was kind of a goofy one where they get an empty net goal, then they score again, then we score one at the end. So 5-1. I don't feel like 5-1 was really telling about how the game was necessarily, but hats off to Granite City. They have a great team. You look at all 30 of their guys. They have a bunch of phenomenal players over there. They don't have any weak links. They have a bunch of guys that would be top-line guys on most any other team in the league. So they do a phenomenal job recruiting and have a bunch of kids that want to be there. And so tip of the cap to them, and we're getting better every day, and so happy with the effort, not always happy with the execution, and not happy with the result, but we had a lot of positives to build on.
It was one of those games too where it wasn't their home opener. They'd had their home opener already the weekend before, but it was one of those games where we knocked them out of the playoffs last year. They had a few guys returning, and there was definitely a bad taste in their mouth from that, and you knew they were going to come out. And they did. They came out hard and played really hard. And it was good that your guys really did kind of match that a little bit.
Yeah, no, they have a very talented returning core to go along with a bunch of really talented new guys. So they reload, and the guys that do come back were kids that were studs for them last year and are still studs for them right now. So they have a great team. A really, really tremendous squad. But yeah, so for the guys that were coming back from last year, which was a good number of them, they certainly had revenge on the mind, and they play hard. But Granite City plays hard every game. I really, really respect how hard they play. They're always playing physical. They're always playing fast. They get around, and going to their building is a tough place to play. So yeah, I liked that we matched their intensity and effort, and we didn't back down one bit. They got the best of us that night. Hopefully that changes going forward. But yeah, I think a little bit of revenge was in the back of their minds. It would be impossible not to have that feeling if they were on the team last year. So we just got to be more prepared next time.
Then you go up to Breezy Point. You take on the new Minnesota Loons, a team that they're not a bad hockey team, just a little bit outmatched maybe in experience, because they just got a lot of young kids and not a lot of kids that have played junior hockey. And, well, I guess you could kind of say you did what you're supposed to do. You went up there. You probably should, from a media guy's perspective, and I don't want to be, downgrade anybody, but there are games that you should win and games that you need to win, and that was one, I think, not a need, but it was a game that you should have won, and you went up there and did the job.
Yeah, you can't take any team lightly ever, and after you get done losing a game 5-1 the night before, you're going to be a little extra hungry on that Saturday. So we went up there and, scored first shift of the game. Nolan Greer in his first shift as a WarHawk berries right away, so that was a good way to start, and then we kept rolling from there, and we're up 6-0 after 1 and 11-0 after 2, and then sort of let off the gas a little bit in the third, which is understandable. You want them to keep playing hard, and they did. They were playing hard, but it wasn't quite the same as what it was, and their goalie made some saves. We missed some chances, but yeah, it was great to see the offense get going. Putting up 11 goals. I think it's the most the WarHawks have ever scored. I don't know that for sure.
I looked it up. We'll get to a couple of those things in just a second.
There you go. So you got to be happy with that. yeah, you know, the Loons will keep getting better as the year goes on. They have a lot of young guys, like you said, so they're going to be an improving team all the time. Excuse me, and yeah, we got to be ready for them. Can't take any team lightly. Every game in the West Division's a battle, and so yeah, I was happy with that 11-0 result. It was great to see Cooper Olsen get a shutout too. I love that 0 on that side of things, and then obviously pretty happy with the 11. You can't be too upset about that.
11 goals, the most goals scored by a WarHawks team in franchise history. And then Cooper Olsen, the shutout, the 9th shutout in franchise history, and now into year number 6 of it so far. So 9 shutouts in franchise history. We had 2 of them last year. Cooper gets the first one this year, and that's number 9. When you look at going forward, we got the home opener this weekend on Saturday. I mean, the guys, you can just tell, and you can kind of see it in practice. You can kind of tell when you talk to them, they're pumped about the home opener. We get Alexandria coming to town on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, love playing Alexandria. That's, you know, probably our biggest rival, arguably. You know, every team in the West Division, you see them so many times, so you're rivals with all of them. But for whatever reason, that Alexandria one, you know, they're so close to just up the road. It's, you know, owner Chris Canavati owns both teams, so there's a little bit of a sibling rivalry there, I think. And yeah, we've had some great battles with them over my couple of years here, so it's a great team to be playing that home opener against. You know, hopefully it goes well for us. We got to be ready. They're a dangerous team. They always are. They're always very solid. They're always making the playoffs, and they're always beating people. Like it's a tough game and a tough matchup, but you know, we got to be ready to answer the bell. I'm sure there'll be a good crowd. You know, Alexandria usually brings a good number of fans as well, and so that just adds to the atmosphere. And so yeah, we're excited to face them in the home opener, and you know, hoping for a great result. When it comes to,
last question for you, Coach, and we'll let you get going, but when it comes to that game, we've got one game this weekend. It's on Saturday. They play on Friday. How much do you watch Friday night's game and go, okay, they just got beat, and they got beat pretty bad, so they're going to come out, and how they might come out, do you kind of scout them, not just what they do on the ice and how their structure is, but how the game looks, how the game flows? Because if you get beaten overtime, you might be down a little bit and down going into the next one. Or if you just get throttled, the next time you're going to want to come out and prove something. Or if you win big, you're riding, you know, they're riding high. Do you kind of look at that a little bit too?
Yeah, we certainly take it into consideration. So, I mean, as far as what we're going to say to the boys before the game and a little, you know, coach's speech and throw in our 2 cents. At the end of the day, though, we just need to execute. We need to play our game and stick to our game plan, and I think we'll be all right. But yeah, you watch out for those kind of things, whether, you know, certain guys are going to be, you know, a little more fired up or tired or, you know, what have you. But you never know until you come out and play the game. Like, it doesn't always work the way you think it's going to work with them being up or them being down. We got to go into it thinking that they're going to give us their absolute best, and that's what I assume and that's what I expect is their absolute best, and they're going to come out flying, and we got to be ready for that. Then, if they're down a little bit, then we're still operating at that top tier, thinking that we got to give everything we got. And if they're coming out of their top tier, then hey, we were ready for it anyways. So, you know, always got to be as prepared as possible. But yeah, Coach White and I, of course, watch the video and see what they're doing as far as systems wise and you know, just their overall style of play. So yeah, we try to do, you know, a good job with that.
We get to put our best on in front of our home crowd finally on Saturday. And all the boys are excited. You and Coach White both excited for the home opener?
Yeah, of course. It's no better place to play in the NA3HL and in Wilmer in front of the home fans. So we got a great group of fans. Thank you to all the fans for coming out. They're the ones I expect to see there, the ones that have showed up to our road games. We've got a good following on the road so far. So keep that up. Cheer the boys on. They love the big crowds whenever we can get them. So
yes,
come out to the game, and hopefully we'll give you a good show.
Saturday night, 7:10, drop of the puck. Home opener against Alexandria. Tickets on sale at our website, WilmerWarHawks.com. That's where you get your tickets. Only online at our website, WilmerWarHawks.com. Just click on tickets. You can get your tickets there. It's not reserved seating. You kind of it's not general admission. You kind of reserve a section, so you'll be in this section. You can sit anywhere in that section. Should be all kinds of fun. We're giving away a 4-wheeler this year. We're going to have all kinds of fan interaction at intermissions and during the games and all kinds of other fun stuff. It's going to be a great time. It's a great family-oriented adventure. I like to call it an adventure because that's what it is. I ride the roller coaster as much as the coaches do, sitting up there doing the play-by-play.
Free t-shirts, too.
That's right. There's free t-shirts that get thrown out, and you never know. There might be a gift card from somebody in with those t-shirts as well. Like I said, there's a lot of fun at our home games. Go to our website, WilmerWarHawks.com, and of course, keep it right here on Facebook for other updates and for our weekly interviews with the coach, brought to you by West Central Sanitation. We thank them again. Home opener is Saturday night.